Welcome to the Oasis. My name's Mike, and today I'm going to be giving you a beginner's guide to virtual reality. I'll be explaining why now is a great time to get into VR and what headsets are available on the market today that are worth your time and money. Now, I've been using VR and making content around VR on YouTube for almost 3 years now. I've tried pretty much every consumer VR headset on the market, and I own the most popular headsets myself. With the holidays rapidly approaching, I know many people out there will be looking for a VR headset, but for someone new to VR, the choice can be a bit overwhelming. There's already dozens of headsets available on the market, each with its own pros and cons, so hopefully in this video I can give you the information that you need to make an informed decision to choose the best headset that's right for you. But before we get into the details though, I want to thank the sponsor of this video, VR Cover. VR Cover make products for practically all the VR headsets I'm going to be mentioning in this video. I particularly recommend the full replacement facial interface kits for the Oculus Go, Quest and Rift, which I personally use myself. These kits offer a full replacement interface featuring Velcro, allowing you to replace the standard foam on your headset with some pleather replacement pads, providing a more comfortable and hygienic solution for your headset. Check out the VR Cover facial interface kits and more excellent products from VR Cover using the link in the description down below. I hope you find this video useful, and if you have any questions, put them in the comments down below and I'll try and answer as many questions as I can. Now, without further ado, let's dive in. Okay, so before we get into the different headsets, I want to talk a little bit about why VR is awesome and why now is a great time to get into VR. Now, consumer VR has been around for years, but only just recently has started gaining some exciting momentum. Consumer VR in the early days was mainly for the cutting-edge early adopters who didn't mind rough tech demos and basic VR experiences. But now, years later in 2019, VR has had some time to mature, and right now we have a range of excellent headsets on the market which not only provide an amazing virtual reality experience, but you don't need to be the most tech-savvy person to use them. As a long-time gamer myself, I'd always dreamed one day I can actually be in the game world, and that's exactly what VR provides. Some people who've never tried VR before often think it's just a screen strapped to your face, when in reality it's much more than that. VR offers a 3D stereoscopic image that offers a sense of depth and presence you just can't achieve with a monitor or a TV. It's incredible to see people's reactions of using VR for the first time, as their brains are tricked into thinking what they see is real. VR is one of the most exciting new technologies of our generation that could revolutionize the way we socialize, learn, and be entertained forever. Now let's get into the various headsets available on the market right now. I'll be starting with the mobile-powered and standalone VR headsets, moving through to console, and then finally onto high-end PC-powered VR headsets. I'll be giving you my personal experience and highlighting the pros and cons of each headset throughout the video. So let's start with the cheapest, simplest, and most accessible way to get a taste of VR, and that's the Google Cardboard. Now, the reason why I say a taste is that you really won't want to be spending a lot of time in a headset like this. It's pretty uncomfortable, you have to hold it in place yourself, and it can only provide a basic VR experience. With that said though, you do get 3 degrees of freedom head tracking, utilizing your phone's internal gyroscope, and even a basic VR experience using a headset like this can be mind-blowing for a first-time user. Alongside the Google Cardboard kit, you'll need a mobile phone running iOS or Android, which you simply slot into the front, which acts as your display. One word of advice though, please avoid the plethora of VR roller coasters which people tend to choose for their first experience. These roller coaster experiences can make users feel very uncomfortable and can cause motion sickness, and this is a feeling that you don't want to associate with VR after your first experience. The best place to start is the free official Google Cardboard app, which can ease you in to exploring virtual worlds for the first time. The next headset is the Oculus Go, which is the first fully standalone VR headset from Oculus. Think of it like a super high-end Google Cardboard without the need of a phone to power the display, as everything you need, including audio, is built into the headset itself. The headset is light and comfortable to wear with its material head strap and comes with a single controller. The other great thing about the Oculus Go is that it has its own app store, which provides thousands of VR apps. And these apps range from casual games such as Covert, which can be played with a friend on mobile, apps that make you face your fears, and apps that allow you to explore the world like you're actually there, such as Wonder. It's also a perfect headset for consuming media from apps like Netflix or Big Screen, where you can relax and watch content in your own private virtual cinema room without the distractions of the real world around you. The Go is limited though, with its single 3 degrees of freedom controller and 3 degrees of freedom headset tracking, meaning that the headset can't provide room scale VR experiences, so you're limited to a seated VR experience. And that leads me on nicely onto the latest standalone VR headset from Oculus, which is the Oculus Quest. Now again, you don't need a mobile phone to power the displays or a PC to run it. The displays, audio, and processor are all built into the headset itself. The Oculus Quest has really caused waves in the VR industry due to being the first standalone VR headset to offer a full 6 degrees of freedom room scale VR experience by using inside-out tracking cameras in an affordable and easy to use package. The headset also comes with 2 fully tracked 6 degrees of freedom controllers, offering one-to-one hand interactions in virtual reality games and experiences. The Quest is really the headset of choice for gamers who don't have a VR capable PC to power some of the higher end VR headsets. Just like the Oculus Go, the Oculus Quest comes with a great library of content, with Star Wars, Vader Immortal, Superhot, and Beat Saber being some of my personal favorites. The only downside to the Oculus Quest is that it's quite front heavy, but this can be balanced out with some modifications, which has become popular with the rapidly growing VR community around this headset. The Quest will also be offering native hand tracking without the need of controllers, and the option to connect the headset to a PC to play full PC VR titles from Oculus and Steam VR using an official $80 cable accessory in the very near future. If you're a gamer looking for your first VR headset with an upgrade path to add it to a PC in the future, you can't go far wrong with the Oculus Quest. Next is our first console VR experience, and that's from Nintendo with the Nintendo Labo VR kits for the Nintendo Switch. Now, similar to that of the Google Cardboard, you have to assemble the Labo VR kits yourself, but instead of using a phone as the display, you use your Nintendo Switch. There's a variety of different kits and experiences available, such as the blaster, camera, bird, elephant, and wind pedal, each with their own unique VR minigames. The downsides to Labo VR is that you're limited to the experiences in the box, or some tacked-on experiences to games like Mario Odyssey and Zelda Breath of the Wild. It also offers the lowest resolution and refresh rate of all the headsets listed in this video. However, just like the Google Cardboard, this is a cheap and fun way to experience VR if you already own a Nintendo Switch. Just note that the Labo VR kits are aimed at a younger audience and may not satisfy a more mature audience or hardcore gamer. Next up is the PSVR. The PlayStation VR is the best-selling gaming-focused VR headset available on the market right now, which is designed to work with the PS4. The PSVR is a comfortable VR headset with its Halo head strap design, which has inspired many companies in the industry to follow suit. You can use the PSVR with the standard DualShock controller, PS Moves, or the excellent PlayStation Aim controller, which is perfect for first-person shooters such as Firewall Zero Hour and Farpoint. Although the PSVR lacks room-scale tracking utilizing the PlayStation camera, it still has some of the best VR experiences available, some of which are exclusive to the platform. Astrobot and Blood and Truth are 2 such titles that are not to be missed. Sony have stated that the current PSVR will also be compatible with the next generation PlayStation, which is due in 2020. And this is a great reassurance from Sony that they'll continue to be committed to VR in the future. If you already own a PS4, the PSVR is a great choice as your first VR headset. And now we're moving into the PC-based VR headsets, and first up is the Oculus Rift S. For these headsets, you'll need a powerful gaming PC to run them, which can be an expensive investment if you don't own one already, but the trade-off being that they provide the best VR experience available to consumers right now. The Oculus Rift S provides the best inside-out tracking in the industry, utilizing 5 tracking cameras positioned around the headset, so it's really simple to get set up and into VR with just a single DisplayPort and USB 3. This headset uses the same Oculus touch controllers as the Oculus Quest, which provides 6 degrees of freedom tracking for rich interactions in VR experiences. One of the big benefits of the Oculus Rift S is that it's fully compatible with Steam VR and has access to exclusive Oculus titles such as Asgard's Wrath, Stormland, and the upcoming Medal of Honor. The downside of this headset though is the built-in audio solution, but that can be easily fixed with a number of third-party solutions or a nice pair of headphones. For the price, the Oculus Rift S offers the most bang for your buck in the PC VR market space, and it's a great entry-level VR headset. The main competition for the Oculus Rift S, surprisingly, is from Oculus themselves, with the Oculus Quest, as it will soon have the capability to be used with a PC, making choosing between the two headsets a difficult choice, which I've covered in more detail in a separate video. And finally, we have the Valve Index. It's one of the most expensive consumer VR headsets available on the market right now, and with that premium price tag comes some premium features which make it one of the best VR headsets right now in my opinion. The Valve Index provides a slightly wider field of view than the rest of the headsets in this video, meaning that you can see more of the content in the headset. It also features a best-in-class audio solution with an earphone design that sits just off your ears, making this headset also very comfortable. The Index can also push high refresh rates up to 144Hz depending on your PC specs, which can provide a buttery smooth VR experience. Unlike the Oculus Rift S, the Valve Index uses external base stations for tracking, so it involves a bit more work in the original setup, as ideally you'll want to mount these sensors up high on your walls, with the trade-off being the gold standard in VR tracking capabilities. The other unique feature of the Valve Index is the controllers. They're the first VR controllers on the market which offer full individual finger tracking built into the grips. The Index has full compatibility with Steam VR and also has the option to play some exclusive Oculus titles by using a third-party application called Revive, offering the best of both worlds. The only downside of this headset is that right now we don't have that much content that really takes advantage of the controller's finger tracking. However, with exciting games on the horizon such as Boneworks, Vertigo 2, and whatever Valve are making themselves, it makes it a good investment for current and future VR content. In my opinion, the Valve Index, with its premium features and controllers, offers better value over the competition such as the Vive Pro and Pimax, making it my high-end headset of choice. Okay, so there we have it. That's my roundup of the VR headsets currently on the market, which I can personally recommend. Of course, there are many other headsets out there that I didn't mention in this video, like the Pimax, the Vive, Vive Cosmos, Daydream, and Windows Mixed Reality headsets, to mention just a few, but to be honest, these headsets don't offer the same quality experience of some of the headsets I've covered in this video. But let me know in the comments below if you're new to VR and if you have any questions about any of the headsets I've mentioned in this video. Or maybe you're a VR veteran and you want to add some of your own experience or advice in the comment section. I'd love to see what you guys think as well. It's an exciting time for the VR industry, with new headsets coming to the market regularly and bigger, more complex games being released. And it's a great time to start experiencing what VR has to offer for yourself. Leave a like if you found this video useful, and if you want to know more about VR and some of the great games coming soon, make sure you're subscribed for all my future content. And as always, if you're a regular follower of the channel, I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.